good to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here in the program. Good afternoon, Nigerians. Good afternoon, good people of Osun State.
You are welcome to I Disagree. 2 years in this saddle. How well would you say Governor Adeleke has fared in terms of involving the youth in government and governance?
Well, I appreciate the fact that I am even representing that very constituency as a youth and discussing that very sensitive topic. I think it's a very great pleasure to be here. Looking at how far His Excellency Asiwaju Senator Adewale Jackson Adeleke has fared, we can say that he has set an unparalleled record. He has been unprecedented when it comes to youth involvement in governance. If you look at the state's legislative arm, we have 3 arms of government. If you look at the legislative arm in Osun State Assembly today, in the history of Osun State, since this state was created, August 27, 1991, we never had the number of youth that are representing different state constituencies across all the local governments in Osun State. We have the highest youth involvement now. The leadership of that particular house, from the speaker, from the deputy speaker, to other principal officers that are overseeing the legislative activities in the house, are majorly youth. And I'm not even stopping there. If you even look at key appointment of government, look at the commissioners, look at essays, cabinet ranking and non-cabinet ranking, you discover that those who are really calling the shots, those who are really making critical policies that have been moving the ship of this government, that have been moving the ship of this state forward, are majorly youth. Science and innovation, education, local government and chieftaincy, service commission, and all. If you look at all these critical sectors that are really core, you can see that the government has really put in a very wider template for youth to get on board and ensure that those stories that we used to hear in the past is no more applicable in Osun, that leaders, youth and leaders of tomorrow. No, the governor has made it a reality that youth in Osun State today, they must be the leaders of today, unlike what we have in the past.
Okay, let's stop at that. My brother Sanusi Olayemi, do you agree with that?
I disagree.
Okay.
Apart from the Speaker of the House of Assembly, that referred to as a youth, there are still other positions being held by headers, no youth. Look at the Deputy Governor to the State of Osun government. You can see it's an elderly person. And apart from that, there are still other things that we used to observe, experience during the last administrations that are very unavailable at the moment. And look, during the administration of former governor, I think there was a program that youth, all youth of the state also were carried along, were given job in one way or the other. But this time around, I cannot see any. I cannot see any assistance. I think by engaging youth actively in government, we reduce every form of criminality in the state. But if we continue to see people in government, but the good people of the state are not given jobs, it's only the youth of the state, we cannot but always experience all forms of crimes and all that.
Okay,
I think we have to find ways of giving youth, engaging them actively, so we can.
I think
He's talking about youth empowerment. Now, how would you react?
when we are, I think I have to quickly correct the narrative that is bringing on board.
Impression.
That impression is very wrong and it's not even acceptable. I've mentioned about different state constituency members representing at different capacity. I've even mentioned at ministries. I've mentioned the appointment of government that are being held by youth. It is clear, they are not rocket science. He has just mentioned the deputy governor, and I want to put it to him that even from the successive administration that we've had in the history of this state, from 1999 up to this moment, the government that is speaking on their behalf, he knows that how old was the deputy governor to Babakoni, how old was the deputy governor to Obenera Parebeshola, how old was the deputy governor to Alhaji Igwe Gaisa Kamitola. So you can even look at those age range you will not even find a youth there. So that shows that what he's even trying to, he has only mentioned deputy governor. So that's on that. When we are now saying criminality in the society,
youth empowerment.
Youth empowerment. Look at what the governor is doing on show today. Look at how he has been able to improve local production.
Sorry,
before you bought him.
Sorry, if I may ask. Sorry, if I may ask.
In the time past, we used to know.
Does the government have any ground plan?
Now let me tell you.
To revive economy and to engage youths of the state?
I think when you are, I love the question.
Yeah.
And it's for us to educate ourselves and people. Oh, the governor made an assertion during his 2 years anniversary broadcast yesterday that the ongoing recruitment of close to 5,000 teachers is going to become they've done application, they have done interview.
Has that come to fruition?
Coming, that's a question. Was built in a day.
When is it going to be built?
We don't do like an administration that it remained just about 2-3 months that he was leaving office. And he was recruiting.
How long is the governor
recruitment process
to implement
4 months ago? Let me have my grant so that people can. I will be very glad if we make this very clear. Now the government has reached a level that all the applicants have been successfully screened. They have gone for interview. What we are now having is to shortlist them. They are going to be gainfully employed. They are still going to enjoy.
They are going to be.
The government has even done
employed.
What no government has
That's
done.
the question. Are they employed?
Okay, let's listen to that.
Are they employed?
What has the government done?
I know you are the opposition.
Future tense you use.
It is going to
might not be acceptable. You said they will.
It is going to be very difficult for you to see any good thing.
2 years after. 2 years after.
Of the 2 years after. 2 years
employed. For how long will we take the governor to employ these people? How long will we take the governor to employ
When it took your government about 4 years and you could not even employ just 2,000 teachers, it took your government 4 years. So after you've lost the election, you now realized that you have to set a bobby trap for a government that was coming. Tell us all the humongous debt.
Have you realized? There was nothing like stealing, like there's no like robbing and hoarding.
I will remind you.
When Adeleke was the governor of the state, he employed over 20,000 youths.
Despite the fact that he employed over 20,000 youths.
What has your governor done?
Let me have my grant. Let me have my grant.
What has your governor done?
Let me have my grant.
2 years
Let me have my grant.
What has he achieved? 2 years
You want the question.
Let me tell you.
I'm listening.
Let me tell you.
I'm listening.
Now you are referring to a rate of criminality while your government was in power. We have to be very frank. We never had what we call state boys in the history of Osun. It was during the administration of your party that we had.
It was another way.
Criminality was institutionalized. That is what we are celebrating.
Let me tell you something.
We have one state boys. Everybody knew what state boys was all about. When your government was in power. Despite the fact that we are having a very little resources as government, despite humongous debt that the government left behind, we have been able to construct over 200 kilometers of roads. We have been able to complete successful renovation of about 200 health centers. We have been able to complete about 99 schools across Osun State. They are getting jobs.
We should look at way to revive the economy of the state so that if you don't know
that the government of Asiwaju Senator Adeleke Jackson Nuda Adeleke commence payment of bursary tertiary institution in Osun.
We can buy what the
government of APC.
That is why it's very important to look into other things.
I spent about 5 years in school. Do you know that the government of this past administration, they failed
in what way?
During the government of Oyenola, we knew how government was paying in faces what we call bursary. During the era of this Adeleke, what did they pay? They paid just once in 8 years. During the era of Oyetola, did they pay bursary? No. Now, during the era of Adeleke, within 2 years, this government has paid. It's not even I will pay tomorrow. He has paid bursary to tertiary students in Osun State and in faces.
Let me tell you something.
It is in faces he has paid. He has even assisted law students. So what are we talking about?
In what way? I see.
There are some indigenous students
in what
way? You have to make your family. You don't do opposition. I believe that you just have to oppose.
No, let me tell you something.
You just have to criticize.
There's something I want to tell you. There's something I want to tell you.
That's how you disagree. You don't disagree because you just want to throw phantom or throw giants.
Let's hear you.
Let me tell you this. You know, we've been talking about how the governor has done so much on infrastructure. We agree. But why not looking at ways of revamping the economy that's on the verge of death? The economy is still on the verge of death.
Are you sure?
And if it's not restored, rescued on time, we can bite when we can chew. Because we don't have, many youths in the states are jobless. They don't have anything done. Or these people that don't have anything, they can create anything. Yes, if care is not taken on time.
You are not saying they are.
That's number one.
You are not saying they are.
Going to do that.
You are saying they can't.
If they are not,
let me allay your fears. I know you are
given jobs,
I know you have been intimidated.
things can stay.
Let me allay your fear.
In what we don't.
Let me allay your fears.
That's number one. Number two. Let me give number two. Number two.
Anywhere from now.
For how long?
The government is doing 1.5 kilometers of road across all local government, including his own town.
For how long?
The government is
for how long?
Flyover.
We take the governor
to
employ those
is not letting on its own.
For how long?
Is not taking ground everywhere.
To employ
those
who are employed.
Local content.
For how long? We take the governor to employ those who are employed.
They are employing the bricklayers, the welders, the plumbers, the carpenters. They are gainfully employed on our site.
Oh, you said
it's not a construction site.
What percentage of those who are employed? What percentage?
As I'm speaking now, what is the
percentage?
You are there. Engineers are there.
Can you tell the percentage?
Mechanical engineers are working.
Can you tell the
surveyors are working.
Can you tell
the youth are gainfully employed?
Can we say?
I can tell you. It is because
can we say
it is because it is
can we say
applies to you.
People?
What is happening to
you?
Youth? You do not expect it.
For how long
you are expecting
government?
This man will go abroad and give
good jobs.
This man has not
those who have applied.
This man
take the
is still managing the resources of Osun to stay in Osun. He is using that opportunity, the infrastructure drive that you see all around. It is not look from Lagos that
local content.
Local content. They are not youths of Lagos that are doing it. They are not youths of Lagos that are doing it. They are not youth of Ogo that are doing this work. They are youth of Osun. The work that is going on in Okebane there, they are youth in Okebane that are doing the work. The work that is going there in Apoda, to Osogbo, the light of, if you travel at night in Osogbo, you see what we are not saying. Osogbo is no more a glorified state capital. Osogbo is now what a state capital should look like among committee of state capitals in Nigeria. We are even proud of that.
Well, let me tell you something.
The youth are involved.
The government of Lagos are working.
What do you say?
Just a renovation, if I'm not mistaken.
The construction of government lane.
The government of APC started this.
That's what you call innovation.
No, I'm not talking about that one.
Complete installation of solar lights from roads that have been innovation.
Many roads have been light.
Renovation of area centers. This is just a cosmetic
started by the government of the APC.
What is that one that you did? Are you talking about what the fact was gathered that you did?
I'm not even talking about that.
What you are saying?
Talking about just
the government of you has put in place. Now let me tell you what you have not had before. That what we call the first of its kind 10-span flyovers in Okefia now. I know all of you are worried. You are saying, oh, it's going to be one lane.
Is that what you're talking about?
We are just talking about was there.
Can you
just few days ago?
If you have to justify the allocation, let us buy the governor. He should have done more than that.
Yeah, gentlemen, we would have loved to go on, but you know, time is just not our friend. We just have a few minutes to go on the show. But your parting words. Let me start from your parting words on the show. You said this government has not tried enough in terms of involving the youth.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your parting words? What do you want to tell the government on what you feel?
What I feel the government should do on time without wasting much of our time is that youth should be employed, should be engaged. If we don't want to bite what we can chew, okay, we have to give them jobs. Because many of youths in the states are jobless. And he who does not have anything, they can do anything.
Okay.
Can cause alcohol. Okay. Can cause anything.
your point is made. Okay, over to you.
Well, I just want to tell him, and I know he's also part of the opposition element in the state. I want to tell him that, tell them, the opposition, that we as government, we appreciate criticisms, but it should always be objective criticisms. So that's what we advise to them. And to the people of Osun State, they have been supporting the real progressive administration of Asiwaju Senator Ademola Jackson Adeleke. You look at the feedbacks across all towns and villages in Osun, you know that the people are now experiencing an uncommon administration. I just want to tell our people to continue to support us. Youth empowerment, we've started and we are still going to continue. We are still going to do more. We are still going to employ more in the next. I don't want to be the person that will officially break the news, but we are going to engage new youth corps that will be divided into 3 segments. We are going to have those that will be on traffic. We are going to have those that will be on environment. We are going to have those that will focus on health. These are youth, and they are going to be gainfully paid. They are not going to be paid stipend. We know what the economic reality is at this moment. So the government is working on that. The teachers, that their recruitment is ongoing, we are going to have that. The government just initiated what we call agropreneurs. Agropreneurs is not for the ghosts. It's not for youth from other part of Nigeria. It's for youth in Osun. But we are going to have it.
We should not go for long. All this.
Look at
let it be implemented.
It
should be implemented.
I am only making my final remarks.
It's going to be implemented. When the government gets to the final.
I didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. They should implement all this.
We are not arguing anymore. It's your
government of Asiwaju Jackson Adeleke is a government that is known for implementing and fulfilling promises. Whatever he has said he's going to do, he's going to do it. He said he's going to introduce and approve a minimum wage that will be acceptable by all. The opposition element that you had yesterday, we did not hear them again today because the government has announced 5,000 naira. So he's going to do this. I am allaying your fears. I am telling you that he's going to engage more and more youth in this Osun State.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mukaila Afiz Adebayo, a legislative aide to the member representing Osogbo Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives. Thank you for coming on the show. And of course, my brother, Sanusi Olayemi, I thank you also for
thank you so much, sir.
Until next week, when our colleagues will be coming your way again on another edition of Miogba, the Yoruba version of this program. My name still remains Babatunde Fano for saying, enjoy your day. Bye and God bless you.